Good morning. Happy Monday. We are live from Disney's Old Key West Resort. Just have to fix the gimbal for a second. Welcome, welcome. So happy that you're all here. Let me just fix this. We're a little crooked. All right. It's a little bit of a cloudy morning this morning, but I'm excited to be here. Hey, Christina, welcome. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Good morning, Captain Kirk. The sky does look very pretty though. We're gonna try and get a good shot of that in just a second. Hello, Mark. Haven't streamed here in such a long time, so I figured now would be a great time to show you around Old Key West. Good morning, Peter. So happy that you guys decided to join me on this lovely Monday morning. Hello, Lynette. I'm gonna switch the hands. I'm a little thrown off this morning because if you've been on the stream before, you know I love my espresso, right, to start out the morning. But, hey, Melvin, this morning when I went to Dunkin' Donuts, I pre-ordered my double espresso, pulled up to the drive-thru, and they said they're out of espresso. And I thought they were joking, but no, they were not. They said the espresso machine is broken. Good morning, Eric. It does look great out here. It's very, very warm this morning. But yeah, the espresso machine broken. So I literally said to the woman, oh my goodness, because I'm put on the spot. I don't like coffee. I don't like to drink coffee. And I said, do you have, or like, what can you suggest, or like, tell me what to get, basically. I said, any cold drinks with caffeine? And she goes, no. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't know how to take that. There's no cold drinks that have caffeine. I'm like, what about an iced tea? So that's what I have. And it's freezing in my hands. But they were not very helpful at Dunkin' Donuts this morning. I'm like, give me something fun. Hello, the Shamrock Turtle is here. It was an interesting conversation with the woman. Yes, hello, Isabella. No espresso, I know, but this is what I have, this iced tea. So I hope I don't get a headache for having less caffeine this morning. Hey, Adventures by Carney. Peter is in the chat. What's going on? I think I said hello to everyone. Yeah, so I'm a little thrown off. I have this iced tea. It's cold, but we're doing it. It does look really pretty. It's a little cloudy, but it's gorgeous. Like the sky just looks like a painting. So we're gonna do a little tour around Old Key West, and we might end up in the pool again this morning, so I'm pretty excited about that. And as you're coming in, please be sure to hit that like button. It helps pump the stream out to more and more people. That YouTube algorithm loves the like button. And we want to spread that positivity, right? Want everybody to start on a good note this morning. I wish that this trail continued, but it just takes you here to this little fire pit, and then the trail ends. So let's go over here. I'm gonna need like a koozie for this iced tea. I don't know. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been around for a while, welcome back. Appreciate all of you for being here. And I acknowledge you for starting out your Monday on a positive note, right? We have so much negativity in the world, and for you to take the time out of your day just for you to maybe learn something new, to just maybe relax and take in the sights, whatever reason you're here, I appreciate you, and you should really acknowledge yourself for doing something positive to start your day. Yes, Christina, we did have some storms last night. Soaring Over Everest says, oh, get yourself a Breville espresso maker. Yeah, our son and fiance got one, and we were close behind. It's a life changer. You'll thank me. I do have, I do brew my own espresso at home, but I am coming right from the gym. So I usually stream, I finish my workout around 6 and then I head over to the resort. So I don't have time to go home in between, but I appreciate that suggestion. Hey, William. Good morning. Oh, I'm so glad that you're here. Thanks for joining us. We've been getting a lot of newbies lately, so I appreciate all of you. And if you're new, a little insight into my channel. I am a certified English and special education teacher. I'm a certified life coach. But what I like to do, my whole mission for this channel is really to help people learn something new, maybe grow, change that mindset, while also, taking in some beautiful sights in the morning, right? One of my biggest values is growth, right? And I just personally believe that we should be growing every single day, and that goes under the umbrella of learning kind of goes under that. So I just want to bring that to all of you. And I usually go live every Monday morning from a different location in Orlando. Most recently, we've been hanging out here at Disney, but I also, live stream from some of the beaches here as well. But I like to change it up every once in a while. Hey, Pete Stummy, good morning. And I have some really, really exciting news. So we've been working on getting that monetization, that first level of monetization, and we actually finally hit it this morning. So super chats will be available soon. We're gonna do some memberships soon as well. So I'm very, very excited about that. I just need to get approved by YouTube. It's a little bit of a process, but we hit our goal, the first level of monetization. And I really would love to thank all of you, because it's really you that has helped me do this. So I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I'm super excited. I want to also thank my Patreons who have been so supportive during this time as well. So big shout out to you guys. But if you're new to the channel, hey, I'm so happy you're here. You're just gonna watch the channel grow and blossom, because big, big things from here on out. So I'm very excited. Very, very excited. It's gonna be good. But the way that YouTube works is they've made like 2 different tiers for monetization. So working on getting another 1,000 views to hit that next level. So, we're gonna keep climbing. But yeah, we hit that first benchmark, so I'm so excited. And we're gonna do a little tour of Old Key West. We're gonna walk around. I wanna show you a beautiful resort. I haven't been here in so long. And I just love the whole aesthetic. It's super cute. And we might take a little dip in the pool. Why not? Thank you all. I see the chat is popping off. I appreciate you. I'm trying to walk and hold this cold drink and also read the chat. Thank you, Pete Stummy. WDW Streamfinder is here. Hurrah! You are on your way. Good morning, Law, and congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lee, Captain Kirk, Lynette, Christina, Stephen Noon. Good morning. Love that you're able to get a little boat here and head on to Disney Springs. That's always a fun little relaxing boat ride. I always appreciate that. But yeah, it's been an interesting morning so far, to say the least. I feel like I'm a little thrown off with a lot of things that are happening. But we're gonna talk about the end of the book that I've been reading. Yes, I do enjoy Olivia's. Olivia's is a great restaurant back heading that way at the main building. Oh, we have some cast numbers. Oh, it's okay. Okay, I'm going this way. And then we have a running trail as well. It's almost 1.5 miles. So we're going to talk about the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I just finished it yesterday, so I'm going to give you my insights for the end of this book. And of course, I started a new book, but we're going to save that for next week. Very excited to talk about that book too. It's like within the first couple of pages, it's already like super inspiring. So I'm excited for that one. We got some birds this morning. I don't want to get too close without it flying away. I don't know what bird this is right here, but wow. I don't know if you could see him right there. What kind of bird is that? Oh, he's like, don't get too close. I'll fly. Yep, there he goes. Okay, and we got a Disney bus. Sorry. Wow, but look at the beautiful sky. Absolutely gorgeous. Got some beautiful clouds in the sky. But yeah, so we're going to talk about that book and just some things from my own experiences between last week's stream and now. Oh, look at that. And and just remember, I'm not an expert on these topics. I'm just sharing my perspective of the things that I read with you, right? We all have our own stories. We all have our own views, perceptions, opinions, outlooks on life, right? So whatever resonates with you, yeah, hold on to that. And whatever doesn't, sorry, it's very loud. Whatever doesn't resonate with you, maybe just consider thinking in a different way, right? Look at whatever it is in a different light. Maybe you'll change your mind about something. Just obsessed with these clouds right now. So beautiful. All right. So we're going to walk around this lovely little waterway over here. Try and get in. The sky in Florida, especially in the morning, changes like every few seconds. So we're just going to keep looking here. Oh, so gorgeous. What a screenshot that is with the palm trees. So, so beautiful. But I do love Old Key West because I feel like it's super peaceful, especially in the morning, but it's been very active. We got some buses, we got some landscapers. So it's not as quiet as it normally is, but once we get, I guess, like further into the resort, it'll be a little bit quieter, but just want to take in that gorgeous sky. And we've talked about on past streams, you know how, I mean, if you're new to the channel, you might not know David Goggins, but he is, I mean, there's no other way to describe him, but he is a badass, okay? He has a crazy work ethic. He is so inspiring, and he has a no quit attitude, but he's had a very, very rough life. So in finishing his book, I was getting kind of emotional at the end because just to see how much this man has endured, but now is basically living his best possible life. He's in the top shape of his life. It's just really inspiring to see. So we are going to talk about the ending of this book. WDW Streamfighter says, beautiful view, so many reasons to wake up with Lauren early on Mondays. So sweet. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I try to change it up. I mean, I know the best views, if you're really looking for a gorgeous sunrise, is at the Polynesian, the Grand Floridian, or the Contemporary. But I like to get different perspectives, right, of all the different resorts here in Disney, because I mean, you just get to see things in a different light, literally. So even though we're not seeing the sun rise into the sky, you know, over the horizon, we're still getting some beautiful clouds here and hanging out at this gorgeous resort. So it's always nice to change it up, get a different perspective. Love to see these people running in the morning too. Kind of goes with my motivational stream, right? People are getting at it so early in the morning before their day starts at the parks. And to segue into the book, we're going to talk about the idea of failure, because David Goggins talks about this a lot, because he has failed a lot in his life. But he says that failure is a stepping stone to success, right? Sometimes you try something once and it works out, and that's great, and it's successful. Awesome. But sometimes you try to do something and you're not so successful. And that doesn't mean that you give up or give in or decide that this is not right for you, whatever the situation is. You need to learn from your failures in order to have a greater success, right, in the future. He talks about when he was trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records for like the number of pull-ups done in like 24 hours. And he failed twice before he actually, you know, was successful. And there was a lot of media attention around this, and he told a lot of people and tried to raise money both times. And I mean, all three times technically. But it's just a good reminder of like, there's going to be people that are doubting you. There's going to be different things that you don't plan for that come up, different obstacles. But really, his tenacity to get the job done is like extremely inspiring, even though, hey, he might have looked bad, quote unquote, because a lot of it was televised when he failed. But that didn't let him, like, that didn't deter him from continuing to be successful. All right, he talks about needing an optimal environment so that you could focus and put attention to whatever that thing is that you're trying to succeed, right? And we're not always going to have that. So he says to prepare for these things, right? You want to make sure that you're thinking of all possible outcomes. And then having that reflection after if you've failed at whatever the thing may be. Right? If we don't reflect on our failures, we're never going to get to those successes, because we really do need to study like what went wrong and what do I need to do to improve in the future. He also says, you know, just like I said, prepare for the unknown factors, right? My gosh. And if you have a better like pre-game focus, he says, so before you get into the arena, before you attempt whatever it is you're trying to do, right? If you have a better plan in the beginning, you'll have less obstacles that you're going to face. This is something really interesting that as I was reading, I'm like, oh wow, I never really, like, I always think about, yes, you need a support system, but I never thought about it in this way. He says that a lot of us surround ourselves with people who speak to our desire for comfort. What does that mean? That means we have people in our life that basically, you know, we want to be around the people that are supporting us, telling us things that we like want to hear instead of things that we need to hear sometimes, right? Because we don't want to have friction with our friends. We want everything to be easy peasy. We want to be with those people that are going to just make us feel good no matter what, right? He says that's like human nature. That's what we do. But he says we need to surround ourselves with people that tell us what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. Okay? There needs to be like a little bit of balance with that. But also at the same time, we don't want to be around those people that are constantly saying like super negative things to us, right? We don't want to feel like we're up against the impossible, but we do need a little reality check every now and again. I want to show you the golf course. So we're gonna walk this way. I know we're not technically supposed to be walking this way, but nobody's golfing right now, so we're fine. Yes, Lynette, as the saying goes, if at first you don't succeed, try again. But I feel like for a lot of us, that's easier said than done, right? Sometimes we just give up and give in. We're like, I don't want to continue down this path. We might feel embarrassed. We might feel tired, right? But it's just admirable to see people who just never give up, right? They have a goal and they just continue to work at it. Yes, Lee, he did. He did. Pete Stummy says, I had a professor like that in college. It was a love-hate relationship, but it was needed for us to have success. Absolutely. You are so right. WDW Streamfinder says, whoever gets things right on the very first try. Try again is how life is lived. You are so right. And maybe you try something and you realize, you know what? I don't want this thing that badly. Or, I thought this was something I wanted, but really not so much. That's okay too, right? But at least you're making that attempt. At least you're trying new things. And that's super important. Another really great insight. Well, let's just take a moment and take this in here. Another really great insight from the book is David Goggins talks about like most wars are won or lost in our own heads. Sometimes before we even start the thing, right? Your mindset is everything. He also mentions that we need to be confident in the quality of the heart, mind, and the dialogue of the person that's with us, right? Of your immediate support system. And I know I talked about on the last stream, like having 2 to 3 people in your life that you feel like you can go to for anything, right? It's so important to have that support system. And it doesn't mean it has to be someone in your immediate family. Maybe you can't talk to the people in your immediate family about some of the things that are going on. But just to have those 2 to 3 people that you can rely on no matter what is so important, right? And thinking about, how they're speaking back to you, right? The things that they're saying, how supportive they are to you. What a gorgeous golf course. Look at this. Got this beautiful tree right here. I would just read a book under the tree in a full suit of armor so I don't get hit by a golf ball. But it's just so nice. Love this quote so much. Goggins writes, in life, there is no gift as overlooked or inevitable as failure. I love that so much. I wrote it word for word. So I'll say it again. In life, there is no gift as overlooked or inevitable as failure. So we're saying failure is a gift, right? Because we can learn so much from our failures. And it's overlooked because sometimes we just we hate on failure, right? Because it's not the outcome that we want. But if you use it as a tool, as a learning tool, you're really able to push through and then eventually see that success. And maybe your success is much greater than you had anticipated. Wow, guys, so many screenshots from this stream already. Amazing. Oh, let's get over here. Oh my goodness. I'm just walking on the golf course. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. She's a beaut. She's a beaut. So in failure, you must acknowledge the things that went well in addition to the things that went wrong, right? You want to know what worked the first time so you can continue to do that thing. And you want to know what sorts of things you need to fix. And sometimes we just need to pause and reflect on our failures, which is a great segue into if you are someone that is struggling with pausing and reflecting and like taking a minute for yourself and really diving deeper into, you know, what do I really want in life? How can I live a more fulfilling life? But you don't know where to start. You can send me an email. My email is in the description down below, and I will send over a free PDF that I've created for you. Just a couple of questions. You can reuse this PDF. It's a great prompt that you can use over and over again. So if you would like this free PDF, please send me an email. Again, it is in the description down below, or you can email it to Lauren, Lauren McTurk, MCTURK, @gmail.com, and I will send that right over to you. It's important. Reflection is everything. And Goggins says, you can't let a simple failure derail your mission. Life isn't fair and it won't bend to your every whim. You have to make it work. And he also says, take aim on what you're willing to earn. That's the key word there, is earn, right? Sometimes we say that we want things, but we don't want to work for it. And a lot of things in your life, you're going to have to earn, right? So once you have that figured out, you're going to take aim, you're going to work for it. All right. I would like to find the pool, and I know it is back that way. I don't know if I can get to it from here, but let's see if there's a little connecting road or something. Let's see. The sky is so gorgeous. And if you're someone that's maybe struggling and you need a little extra push, right? You need some help with your goals, you don't know where to start, you can reach out to me as well, or fill out a form in the description below, because I do one-on-one coaching. So if you're interested in that, that is down there. Or if you're looking to support the channel, you can go to learningwithlaw.com or patreon.com/learningwithlaw and choose the level that's right for you. Oh my goodness. Is that a peregrine falcon? Is it a Cooper's hawk? I don't know, but it just flew right onto the course, and it is so beautiful. It's a big bird. I want to try and get like the beautiful sky with the bird in the background. Oh, sorry, my focus is not there. There we go. Wow, that is a huge bird. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's in the tree. Yes, Lee, the trees are stunning too. It just adds to the whole thing. Mark Mueller says, I have found when I change my frame to that of a scientist, yes, failure doesn't hurt as bad, just running an experiment and reading the results. I love that so much. That's such a great perspective. Absolutely. Right? We've talked about that on previous streams, how you're framing your mindset, right? Scientists, they experiment, they try new things. If it doesn't work, they try again, and they don't get caught up in, the results so much. That is a cool bird. It's way up there. Okay, let's keep it moving. I really don't think I'm gonna get to where I want to, but can I cut across in the grass? Let's see. We're going on an adventure. Also, I don't want people to think that I'm like peeping in their rooms, so I don't know. I'm already walking on the golf course. Probably not the best thing. Let's see. Let's. Oh God, the grass is so wet. It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Taking the road less traveled, right? Yeah, this comes out over here. Here we are. Yep, doing some grounding for sure. We got that happening. Look at the sky. Are you kidding me? It's gorgeous. Okay. Now I gotta get my bearings and figure out where I am. My toes are a little wet. That's totally fine. So this man, this amazing man, right? He broke the record on January 20th, 2013. I don't know if it's been broken since then, but he did 4,030 pull-ups in 24 hours. Are you kidding me? It's insane. That's amazing. I can't even imagine doing that. My PR is 15. He did over 4,000. Insane. All right. Where am I? I have to get to a main road. I think I'm going the right direction for the pool. I definitely want to show you guys the pool. Do a little plunge, a little positivity plunge. Hey, Rose, good morning. But I love how quiet it is in the morning. Everybody's just like slowly waking up. They're hanging out in their rooms. All the beautiful pastels. We love it. They match the sky. Oh, just breathtaking, truly. Another interesting takeaway that David Goggins talks about. Oh yes, we are going the right way to the pool. He says, even if you're surrounded by positive people, and this is important for our people pleasers to pay attention to, ready? If you're surrounded by positive people, they have ideas about who you are, what you're good at, and how you should focus your energy. Because as humans, we are meaning-making machines, right? We are constantly passing judgments. We are constantly labeling things because that is what our brains are designed to do. So it's important to acknowledge that and realize that you cannot control everyone's perception of you. This is something that took me a very long time, and I'm still trying to deal with it a little bit, right? So just be aware, like having that awareness about that is so important because people are just wired, their brains are wired to make judgments. Their brains are wired to label and classify things, okay? And you can't change how they perceive you. You can just be the best version of yourself, and still there's gonna be somebody that is bothered by it. So just keep being you, because you can't please everyone. Isabella says, that's nuts. And 15 is very strong. Wow, legit. Thank you. Yes, that was like, pretty sure 15 was my PR on pull-ups. 15 or 16, I don't remember, but it was around there. I just can't imagine doing over 4,000. That is nuts to me. So we're gonna check out this pool. Maybe take a dip. Oh, we got some people in here. A lot of people working this morning, I gotta say. It's a nice big pool though. Nice big pool. Let's see where would be a good place to look at the sky while we're plunging in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lynette says, I once read that you are the villain in someone's story. It's true. You can't please everyone. And if you try, you're really just gonna aggravate yourself, right? You're not gonna be happy. Let's see, maybe I'll put it here. Do we have a nice view? No, not that way. All right. I was thinking about going in the hot tub, but I am just too hot. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I have it in me. The pool is heated enough. All my things. Oh, my shoes are all covered in grass. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Here we are. Oh, yeah. It's so lovely. Yeah, I can't imagine going in the hot tub right now because it was so hot this morning. We had to do some building laps at my gym, and the heat just hits you in the face. And that was at 5 a.m. It was extremely hot. All right, so to segue into the challenge that David Goggins has, because he always has one at the end of each chapter, he says, think about your most recent and most heart-wrenching failures. Reflect on that. He says, write down all the good things, everything that went well from your failures, and notice how you handled your failure, right? Because there are going to be emotions tied to it. Did it affect your life and your relationships? How so? How did you think throughout the preparation for and during the execution stage of your failure? Right? So how did you prepare for it? It's all about mindset. He says to go back through and make a list of all the things that you can fix, right? Especially if this is something that you want to achieve, and be successful at. Be brutally honest and schedule another attempt. He says, this life is all and he uses some expletives, effing mind game, all right? He says, so realize that and own it. Life is a mind game. Realize that and own it. All right, let's go into the middle of the pool. Why not? Oh, it's 5 feet over there though, so I don't know if we're really gonna get that far in because I am 5'2" and just barely. So, but this is a lovely little dip that you all can take in the morning because the pool opens, like there's no sign here, honestly. But I think it technically opens at 7. But there is no lifeguard on duty, so if you have children, you gotta be watching your kids. And Lee, this is for you, the turtle shack. Got some poolside snacks. Such a nice little pool area. They also have shuffleboard, and it looks like cornhole back there as well, which is super nice. They got a little place for the kiddos over there. And then we have the hot tub back there as well, which I was gonna attempt, but it's too hot. It's just too hot. Hope you're all enjoying the stream so far. I appreciate you being here. If you haven't already, hit that like button, please do. Consider subscribing and hit that bell for all notifications so you'll be notified every time I decide to go live. I'm trying to sprinkle in some midweek streams here and there if I can, just dependent on my work schedule. But I do like having a Monday morning stream and getting to hang out with you guys. It really does help me to refocus my mindset and my week as well. As a teacher, I do a lot of reflecting. It's just kind of ingrained in me. But it's so important to do, like, as a human as well, not just in your profession, right? If you're somebody that reflects on things that went well and things that didn't go the way that you expected in your life, right? It's also a good idea to do that outside of your career. And this kind of gives me the opportunity to do that as well. So thank you for being here and supporting that and allowing me to share all my insights with you guys. So I appreciate you more than you know. Right? And honestly, I've said this many, many times on my streams, like, you never know what people are going through. Everybody has their own story. Everybody has battles that they're going through, and just being kind to the people you encounter, you just don't know what's going on. And on a personal note, I've been going through some stuff, but these streams have really helped me to refocus my mindset as well, and just starting my week out on a positive note. So thanks for coming along on this ride with me. Yeah, Lee, I mean, so many things. Turtle Shack snacks, golf, palm trees at Old Key West. Right on. Heck yeah. Coming back here to this tea that I'm drinking. It's really not my favorite, but I'm trying to get that caffeine in there. Thank you, Rose. That's very sweet. She says, your streams are very helpful and insightful. I appreciate your feedback. Appreciate that. And towards the end of David Goggins' book as well, he talks about how he literally, like, was at the age of, I think he said, like, 38 or 37, which is, I'm 38. But he was, like, very close to actually dying. He didn't know what was wrong with him. He went to many doctors. He was just super lethargic, couldn't do the things that he used to be able to do. And at that time, he said he was peaceful, but never satisfied. And I thought that was an interesting way to look at life. But long story short, for him, stretching actually saved his life. His body was so, like, tense and like, his muscles were so tight that he was, like, restricting blood flow to certain areas in his body. And your blood is literally carrying oxygen to different muscles and different parts of your body. And once he started stretching, that actually saved his life. I thought that was super interesting because as someone who likes to work out 6 days a week, I definitely don't stretch as much, but it makes sense because if you're not stretching, like, it's not helping you to grow, and your muscles are just like getting atrophied, and like if you can't get blood to those areas, you're not going to be able to recover. So like obviously that makes sense when you think about it, but hearing this man go through such agony and to the point where he thought he was going to die and doctors didn't know what was wrong with him, I'm going to start stretching some more more than I've been, because that was super eye-opening for me. I just never knew that about him. Also, like, I don't know, it hasn't been like a major focus of mine to stretch, but definitely into yoga and all things like that. So I know that will be helpful to start implementing that. And then I will talk to you about, oh yeah, there's a lot that happened at the end of this book, guys. I didn't realize. But he mentions that like life, we're going to be faced with pain. There's no avoiding that whatsoever, right? He says to exist in this world, we must contend with humiliation, broken dreams, sadness, and loss. Most of us are programmed to seek comfort as a way to numb, right? And we've talked about that on past streams too, things that we do to like numb ourselves. But we have to make sure that we are remembering, you know, with the good also comes the bad, right? There's going to be pain and sadness. There's no way to avoid it, and we can try to numb things, but it's just going to exacerbate problems in the future. So keeping that frame of mind is also really important. Lynette says, stretching helps my lower back pain. Absolutely. I think we all need to do some stretches. Maybe I'll start doing that in the beginning of the stream. Like, all right, everybody stand up. We're going to stretch. Just to get started, right? The first like few minutes, we'll do a little stretch. I think that's what we'll do. But I really had no idea. Like, it was just so interesting reading that part of the book and hearing all the things that he went through, and all he had to do was, well, not all he had to do. He was stretching after that point for hours a day to get his body back to where he needed to be. He was constantly stretching because he was so, like, his muscles were so tight. This pool feels so glorious right now. Oh my God. It's fantastic. Pool in myself. So if you are someone staying at a resort, go to the I guess what they call the quiet pools in the morning. I think they're open all the time, but in the morning at 7 a.m. is like the official opening. You'll have the pool to yourself. You can sit here and like have some breakfast and just enjoy, because this is the time to relax by the pool when it's not so hot and when there's not a million children running around. I have so much more to share about the end of this book. I have to say I enjoyed it. If you enjoyed listening to the Cliff Notes version of it and you're like, I want to know more, definitely get out there and purchase this book. It's called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I put it in the description down below, but it's like so interesting, his entire life, and the man has been through hell and back, truly, and it just makes you feel like you can do anything. So he also talks about the fact that we live a life defined by the limits we imagine and desire for ourselves because it's comfortable in that box. We've talked about that before too, right? Like, we just want to stay comfortable, and sometimes like we just need it. We've had a day and you're like, give me my reality TV and a piece of cheesecake and let's just sit on the couch and relax, right? Like, sometimes we just feel like we need that, but that's comfortable. We need to, realize what those limits are, right? Because sometimes it could feel like, for me, sometimes I can't even just sit and relax. It feels like I am being trapped And he goes on to say, those limits begin to feel like bondage, right? That we're being trapped or suffocated. So breaking the shackles and stretching beyond our perceived limits takes hard work. And when you put yourself in the line, self-doubt and pain will greet you, right? Whenever you're trying to do something that you've never done before, how many times have we doubted ourselves? Like, oh, I can't do that, right? That's your first thought because, hey, maybe how you were raised, maybe your self-confidence, whatever the case may be. I feel like for me, I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. And then I think about it, I'm like, no, heck yeah, I can do it. Why can't I do it? Watch me. But that's what he's saying. Like, it's inevitable. You're going to have that self-doubt. You're going to have that pain, but it's what you do with it, right? And it's not usually the external voices that break you down. It's what you tell yourself that matters, right? You are your own worst enemy. Your mind, everything that you're thinking can either trap or empower you. And he says these two words are going to silence that negativity, that external and internal negativity. He says, what if, right? It's a reminder that you don't know what you're capable of doing until you put everything on the line. What if you get that promotion? What if you get 20 pull-ups? What if you wake up an hour earlier just to meditate, right? You don't know unless you try. And if you fail, that doesn't mean stop, right? We live in a world with a lot of insecure and jealous people. Failure terrifies them, and so does our success. That was an eye-opener for me too, because you're gonna have people that are jealous of you. You're gonna have people that we talked about earlier, like people that just don't like what you're doing, even if you're being your authentic, wonderful self. I think I talked about this once before, but there was somebody, an acquaintance of mine, who was talking to one of my friends, and she said, oh, she's like, I can't stand Lauren's Instagram posts. They're too positive. And I just laughed, and I was like, you know what? That's actually very funny, because if that sounds like a you problem. Like, if you're offended by my positivity, I really don't know how to respond to that, right? There's always going to be people. You could be as positive as you can. There's always going to be somebody that's bothered by that, or maybe jealous, in this case. And I loved the way he worded this too. So again, failure terrifies them, and so does our success. Our light enables them to see the contours of their own prison and their own self-limitations, right? So you can shine as brightly as you want to, but it's going to just show the shadows of their being, right? They're going to see the darkness within them. I thought that was, what a way to end that book. And now we have some children. Here, the end of the piece. The end of the piece. So definitely get here early is my advice to you if you want a little peaceful pool plunge. But yeah, this has been great. I hope that you have taken something away from the stream, right? We learned something new, something resonated with you. And even if it didn't, maybe it challenged you to think a little bit deeper about your own mindset, right? And your own beliefs. Because if we don't get new ideas coming in, if we're not considering different perspectives, we're just staying in our own boxes, right? We're not growing and expanding. So I challenge you to think about some things that I talked about during the stream, and what was something that maybe made you feel a little uncomfortable, right? And kind of like tap into that a little bit, because that's going to give you insight as to where you are right now with your mindset. Christina, it is very refreshing. I am enjoying this. It's so nice. So, so nice. But I appreciate all of you being here and hanging out with me. If you haven't already hit that like button, please do. Again, it helps pump the stream out to more and more people. We want to share that positivity. Biggest compliment to me is sharing the stream. Also, if you would like to subscribe, if you're new here, that'd be awesome. And definitely turn on that bell so you'll be notified every time I go live. Like I said, I'm trying to integrate some new streams throughout the week, just to keep that momentum going, because I know we start out really strong on a Monday, and then by Wednesday, Thursday, we're like, okay, I'm over it. So hopefully trying to get more streams as we continue the week moving forward. Captain Kirk says, thank you for another amazing stream. Have an amazing week. Lynette, thanks, Lauren. Have a great day, everyone. You too, guys. Hope you stay focused on your goals for this week. Keep that positivity flowing. Just know that you're capable of more than you think, right? Just think of like a rubber band. Stretch yourself to your furthest limit, because you know what? Even if you don't succeed and the rubber band snaps back, it's resilient. You can keep going, right? So just keep that in the back of your mind. That's enough on my face. Let's turn it around to this beautiful, beautiful sunrise. I want to thank my Patreons again for your continued support. I appreciate you more than you know. If you are interested in becoming a Patreon, you can go to learningwithlaw.com or patreon.com/learningwithlaw. And you can check out which level is right for you. Thank you all again. I think we're going to end the stream here. It is a little loud. We got some friends in the pool, which is totally fine. They're enjoying their vacation. But I hope you all have a fantastic week. Remember, you are meant to be here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, right? So embrace it. You're one of a kind. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.